Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I'm struggling with the build of this thing, although I don't need to do anything because my helpers, they are neat, the build and repair system, and I did a lot of work for some reason with my welding ship. I modified the hell out of that, and then I started to work on the front parts of the ship a bit, and you can see the front parts are done already. The back parts take a bit longer. And the other thing that you might have seen is the game is slow, because it seems that every time a block gets built, then it changes what blocks are buildable. And it seems that the build and repair systems react weird to that. And the whole, okay, now I have to change what blocks are buildable, react weird. I'm happy about this all, and I hope that when everything is done, the game goes back to normal. That should be possible. And again, having these big ships shouldn't be a problem for me. I hope, at least. We will have to see how the whole game reacts to the whole thing. It's a weird thing. Just to take a look, I've modified this whole thing again to not have all these welders, and I moved the cockpit a bit to the front because otherwise I couldn't see anything. Yeah, but now it works pretty well, although the tier chip tools don't have the longest range for some reason. But the whole everything is slow at the moment as long as this thing is built. It started up the more of the ship was built. It's weird. It slowed down, It goes back to normal now that one side of the ship is done. And I already worked on this a bit, and you can see, by the way, that I have set up this projector to show the ship to us. I still like it. I hope when it's done we can modify it like crazy. Had to bring in NDS. Tim works, but Tim doesn't work. I don't know what's up with that. Tim didn't seem to bring in materials. And now I brought in NDS to maybe help with that. And you can see that, NDS has queued up some things. I'm not sure if it's really doing something. So I don't know what's happening with the environment, the inventory scripts. NDS is updated. The last version is from yesterday, so everything should be working. Maybe I've set up something wrong, but you can see I have put in some quotas, and I've already thrown around 700,000 steel plates through through this ship. It's crazy when you start out with something like that. The Big Blue was something that got built bit by bit. You don't recognize how much you really put into one of these things. But this ship, again, I started it, and now, don't know, around 700 or 800,000 steel plates are gone. So, and everything is low. One thing NDS does, and we will take a look at that when I arrive wherever I want to arrive, is NDS immediately got into using the new screens, and this is amazing. That's the whole thing set that up itself, so that's what it is doing, how much processors there are, how much ore processors there are, all the guns, all that stuff is all mentioned on here. And then there's even percentages for how much ore I can store, how much total cargo capacity. But that's just great. I didn't do anything of this. I can only hope that maybe Tim gets updated at one point. But again, I'm on the 4th iteration of Tim or so. Tim, the original version didn't get updated since, I don't know, a year ago or even longer. And the one I was using now got updated for the last version, and then it seems nothing happened with it. Maybe there's bugs that the guys wait for. I'm not sure. It could be that Tim doesn't even get updated anymore. So I will dabble around more with NDS to get into that. Otherwise, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the ship to be done so that everything gets back to normal speed. In the meantime, I'm testing some mods. I'm taking a look at some things in the ship that I need to change out. I already basically made a list of the things that I want to change. For one, the front. In the front, there was in the beginning of the ship, there was a nanite control facility here. I had that here so that I had a bit of a longer reach for the whole thing. It's a bit of an explanation. I could basically stick this thing close to a station, and this is a lot smaller than don't know, maybe bringing in the whole ship, and then I could still use the range and all that stuff of the built-in not of the built-in repair system, of the nanite control facility. That will go. This will change, and will be changed out to, I don't know, something maybe smaller. Make it kind of like on the Big Blue. So have it changed to that. The same counts for the front here. There were 2 nanite control facilities in here. Yeah, you can see this is the remains of the ship I mentioned. Also, batteries. I'm not sure if I keep that. The jump drives will go. I will put in one of the hyperdrives here too. Then I put in more built-in repair systems here to finish the whole thing. And there's so much more that we can do for this ship now with the new models, with the new decorative stuff. One thing I realized is that I never paid attention to, maybe making something like crew quarters, or there was never an intent on this ship to add something like that. That will change. That will definitely change. The bridge and the command section down here will change a bit after I implemented the whole docking system here. This will change a bit, and we will put in, don't know, more stuff into the rooms here, change out what we have in here, and also the bridge might change a bit, but we will see. That's hopefully when we have done it, we will be able to work that out. I've put in so many built-in repair systems now, but it just takes its sweet time. The one thing I noticed is that this ship is a version before I removed the azimuth pack. I had the azimuth pack in, and I removed that, and you can see that these ports here, it's not bad. We can just fit in normal cargo block here, but these ports here were made for the round azimuth tanks, the cargo tanks, because they are 6x3x3 or something like that, and they fit in here amazingly. The normal cargo containers fit in here also, so it's not a problem, but the cargo containers are missing everywhere. You can see that here, for example. But I like it. I like having this ship back. I really like having this ship back. This is just so great to be finally able to work into this again. I'm working on what guns I should dig onto this. This is a compact weapons mod. Give me a second. This is Ravenbolt's compact weapon systems, and it's by Ravenbolt that the name says that. So they are basically the normal weapon systems with different. Some of them are, and I haven't figured out yet which one of it is what. They use the normal ammo at the moment. I hope that doesn't change, because I would like to kind of go back to the standard ammo containers. So we can see that it uses 25 by 184 NATO ammo. That should be the normal ammo. Let us take a look at that just so we can confirm that. They differ in the way that they 25 by the normal ammo. They are different in the way that they so this, for example, this one-shot thing here is a lot more accurate than this, for example, and this is a lot more accurate than this too, and this, but the rate of fire is different, and again the accuracy of it is different, and the rate of fire of them is different. That's interesting. That's an interesting thing. So slow rate of fire, higher accuracy, medium rate of fire, relatively high accuracy, and then you have these two Gatling guns that have not so good accuracy, but the rate of fire is just crazy. So if you want to just sling lead into the air, into space, then you use these and lay down, don't know, covering fire or whatsoever. And if you want to hit certain things, then you would use these things. So I'm really interested to see them. The rocket launcher is the same. It uses the same ammo as the normal rocket launcher. The models look really neat, I have to say. They fit really well into the standard design, I have the feeling. So I really like that. I really like the PDC from the MCRN PDC Gatling something because it has a nice design. From the textures here, it doesn't fit really well into the whole game. And the thing is, I wanted to kind of discuss if I should get rid of the Oki weapon system and maybe replace some of the guns with the new compact weapons, so that I don't have all this crazy spam of new ammunition. That's one thing I would like to reduce, kind of. Maybe we could change out these guns for the railguns. They are crazy anyways, and I would reduce the mod load a bit, and I would reduce the amount of ammo and stuff I have to deal with. Maybe I will do that, but I want your opinion on that. So again, I really like this. This looks neat. You can color them as far as I know. Yes, and they don't look too different from what's in the game already. Really like that. Seems to be that they exist for a small grid and for large grid, so that makes me happy. And we could maybe, don't know, keep just a few of the weapons. I definitely want to keep these turrets, the railguns, and the MCRN PDCs. They are really nice. These lasers I want to keep too, but again, I kind of want to have an opinion. It's neat to also have different different designs. So these ones look cool too. So it's not like I don't like them. I really, really like them. In the meantime, while the game is slow, I'm working on things that are, yeah, not too crazy. I have brought in the miner here to dig out some areas, and I have made a corridor towards this end of the asteroid to bring in. Oh, why is this not? Okay, this turned off. Build new, fly mode, grind before weld. No color here. I have. This will be the other side of the docking system. So for the bigger ships, on the other side, I'm working on another part of it. And with this, you can reach the main part of the base. And from here, I can also have corridors spanning through the asteroid, kind of. At the moment, again, there's nothing here. When the Empress is ready and done and doesn't need too many changes anymore, then I will bring it over here, dock it here on the other side of the asteroid. And the same counts for the Big Blue. Another thing I've done is, and I know that most of you really hate it when I just show off what I have done, because but the problem is, you see that recording is a chore here right now because everything is so slow. What I've done is, I talked about that I want to maybe build an elevator and maybe a corridor below the base so that I can get over to the other side of the base with atmosphere. That's the main thing I want to have. And have an alternative to the walkway, to the bridge that I have to pull down. So now we have a corridor down here. At the moment, there's no light here, nothing. We could immediately put in the alien soundtrack, pull out our gun, and then have, I don't know, we just have to get through this corridor and then we are safe. And then in the middle of the corridor, there's suddenly the air vents come from the. I've this down here with the cargo container, and if your energy, if you are out of energy, you can refill it there, and then you can just hop into the other elevator, go up. There is elevator music. I see. I should have done it in the meantime. Why was there no air? Whoa. So the energy went from I have 23 energy to I have no energy? That's weird. I don't know. I will have to investigate that, but I'm running into really crazy problems that I will have to investigate. Again, sometimes air vents that are on the outside just pump air into space and think, yeah, this is space, it's sealed, we can work with that. And I'm not sure what's up with it, that the whole game goes crazy a bit. Okay. I will make a short break, wait a bit more for this ship, and then we have to do something very official. Because I said I would do that, and the I couldn't think of a better ship than the one we have there to do that with. So let me make a short break, and then we will go and do. Again, I will wait a bit. Maybe it brings back my game speed when this thing is finally done. in a recent live stream, I asked around what to do for someone that comes up with really well-meant donations and really big donations, kind of big donations, to say here. I don't know. I didn't know really what to do for that guy. And I have one of these guys that gives me donations nearly every live stream I do, and tries to really be supportive of me. And he's also on my Discord. I talk to him now a lot and all that stuff. Someone in the live stream said, name a ship after him. And what better ship to name after your biggest donator than your mining ship? And with proud, I present you the Krill one. It is his name is Krille or Krille. I don't know. It's it. If you would do it in Swedish, then it definitely. And I have to say that's one thing I cannot do. It flies the proud colors of a certain furniture warehouse. That's streaming with him and with Krilla and with Rametheb is just always great. And by the way, Krill, you will have to give me the Norwegian joke again that you told me. I tried to tell it to my father, and I forgot how it worked. I don't know. If the color is not right for you, then please let me know. But again, thanks for your contribution, and thanks for all the help. And so I hope you are happy. A ship in my world is named after you. I even brought it in letters on the side. By the way, that's the only side it fit. On the other side, I have connectors. So yeah, hope you like it. If you don't, then let me know. Then I will remove all of this, and everything is fine again. But you definitely deserve to be mentioned, and you definitely. By the way, in the same vein, I will put in a thank you screen for the Patreons I have at the moment, because also two people in my Discord, Rametheb and Rex Red Fox, came in and are donating to me on Patreon. And the thing is, I usually don't try to split up my community when it comes to that and have, don't know, community members that are better than other community members because they pay money for anything. But I want to at least give a bit of a thank you to everybody that decides to support me on Patreon or in live streams with super chats or something like that. So thanks to you guys. I really appreciate what you're doing. That helps me out. The plan is to, at one point, buy a new chair for me to get this squeaky old thing from my butt. But gaming chairs are not, or not gaming chairs, but a good office chair or a gaming chair that intertwines kind of are not cheap. So I appreciate all the help that I can get there. Good. But again, the episodes at the moment are a bit weird, because it ground down to a hold at the moment because the ship takes its time. I thought I could get it done over the weekend, then we would have been able to just go in and build a bit more and do work on it. But it sadly isn't that easy. By the way, I brought something back in that I might want to accept peace. I brought in the EEM mod again. I want to again have a bit more to do in space. I hope this works out well for me. The modular encounter spawner is also one of the things I want to bring back, but before I do that, I want to make sure that the modular encounter spawner doesn't despawn any of my ships again. The last time I used it, it despawned the big blue. And I looked into it. You can set up in the settings for the modular encounter spawner where it should delete certain things. And the thing for me is where I think the modular encounter spawner had a bit of a hiccup is block limits, because there is a way where you can set it up to delete ships over a certain block limit. And I'm pretty sure that is what happened to the big blue, because this ship definitely runs somewhere into a block limit when it comes to that. I will have to set that up. It is something that I don't want to risk. Risking one of my big ships because a mod kind of deletes everything there. And on the other hand, I would really like to have the modular encounter spawner to also have, for example, ground encounters. On Mars, it is in the end ultimately boring because there's no ground encounters, and that's something I definitely want to have. And here it is the same. I would like to have ground encounters on the planets, otherwise the planets are kind of not really a thing. So, did I connect that back up? I think I did. Yes, good to see. The next thing that we need to do is still wait for this ship to be built up. Then again, I would like to have your opinion on the weapons. If I should get rid of Oki and just use standard weapons or weapons that are close to standard, except for the railguns and maybe some of the laser defense turrets. I'm not sure yet, but I don't know. I want to thin out the herd when it comes to mods. Not add more and more, but maybe go with less and less. I always say that, and then I find something new that I put in. Oh no, this takes so long. Let me wait a bit more and let me see what else needs to be done around the base. At the moment, again, the big ship is what I'm waiting for, and I tried to play a lot on the weekend and just let it run to do stuff, but it didn't work out. So even now today on Monday, it is still working on the ship. But the thing is, I'm at the moment, it's a whole lot of maintenance. I sometimes just run around and put some blocks down here on the base, and again the rest is then taking a look at how much stuff I still have, how much stuff I still need. That's what you will have to do. The end game kind of is that. Prepare your builds, get all the stuff. You will never have enough materials for ships that big when you're in survival. It is crazy, even with the crazy amounts of ores that I have around the base and that I have in all the ships. It is still not working out. So if you work with that, then be prepared for a lot of work, even when you're using the built-in repair system or the nanites or whatsoever. Good. I will wait a bit more and then come back to you. If the people talk about the built-in repair systems and the nanites and say that that they are just cheaty, they forget the wait time. Oh man, I'm sitting here now for the last part was filmed 2 hours ago. I don't know anymore, but it's a long time ago. So I'm I'm sitting here for a long time, and the ship still is not done yet. And I want to get the projection out of there because I can't modify the ship in a good way until the projection is out of there. But it's neat. We are nearly done, and it will be so nice to work on that. I did some more maintenance around the base. That's the thing. I can then do things that don't know are not important to show on video. Some people might like that. By the way, I found something out about the clock. I've projected a clock here. I wanted to see if Whip's radar works here, but you have to do more than just to edit. Um, this clock, and that's what the last time got me kind of, is that normally the hour hand of a clock, an analog clock, moves with the the minute hand kind of. So if when it is uh, a quarter to 5, it should be somewhere here. But this thing here, I watched it tick over. That's what I did, watching the clock tick over from 3 to 4, and it jumps. So it is here. The hour hand is here. No, the minute hand is here. When it goes to the full hour, it then takes over in one thing. So that's what got me with the analog clock there. I'm just so old. I'm used to all the old analog clocks. That's why it makes it so difficult. I've brought in a few more assemblers back here. I want to see how this whole shebang kind of goes on. At the moment, there's a few things that still need to be built and a few things that still need to be disassembled. The script kind of switches it out, and I don't know what priorities it uses there. The refineries are filled, by the way. It seems that NDS, as long as you don't set up quotas, will just go through all the stuff and fill up your ingots. I'm okay with that for now, so we will live with that. I've worked a bit more on the base, so I'm working at the moment on this side here to have walkways into this area. And again, I said I want to have it a bit, yeah, like pods or like different sections that are stuck onto the asteroid, and that have walkways in between. I will use for the smaller walkways, I will use the corridor sections. I don't like that the glass is kind of, it vanishes really early. The LOD settings kind of here, see the normal glass, and still see that it is glass. Here it kind of goes away. That's a bit sad, but I don't know. That changes in a bit. I have to finish this part over here, the walkway over here. Let me put on the lights again. This needs to be done. I don't know why this thing is not working the way it should be. Oh, it could be that it works on different things, or maybe we see if it enables things. Oh, is there a breach somewhere in the connection? That would be bad, but that all needs a lot more work. This, the depth of this asteroid is just, it's just crazy. Okay, it goes over there. It seems to be all connected, so why doesn't it? Ooh, maybe some connection is broken over there. to dig that out and then go over there and see what's up with that, because it also didn't give me any oxygen. So let us find out what's the problem. Ah, okay, that's why it didn't get any oxygen. So we need to connect that up to somewhere. Let's see, okay, yes. But from where? We will go here. Dig this out. Just have a bit of a connection. Ah, come on. Clear this up. The whole base still needs so much work. I was so fast in kind of leaving that I wasn't really sure how to do all this, and now it shows now that there is still a lot to do, that a lot of stuff that needs reworking and that needs replacing, and I really need to put more work into this here. The base kind of deserves the same attention that the other bases got, and although I left the alien planet relatively fast, but this base here definitely needs more attention. Good, this. And now we can close this off again, fill it with air again, and then we should also have air in the elevator. That's the thing I definitely want to achieve in the end. So the base should be have ways to get around in the whole system without, again, the need for helmets, and that would be just great. You can see that they still slow down. And again, it is not the size of the ship. I'm pretty sure it's not the size of the ship. It's just the fact that the built-in repair systems constantly need to rework where the next block will be placed, and with, if I hand place, it seems to be relatively easy for the built-in repair system to just figure that out. But here you can see that every time one of these blocks is built, it changes the blocks around. And okay, suddenly I can the build and repair system could place blocks in places where it couldn't before, and that might be something that it is running into problems with. I'm not sure if that's the case, but that's the only explanation I could find for it. Maybe it could also be rendering issues, but the thing is that the FPS don't drop, it's the simulation speed that drops, and the simulation speed, I'm pretty sure it has to do with these kinds of things. The every time, again, a block somewhere gets built, you see that then the other blocks around it kind of appear, and the built-in repair system looks for the next, at the moment it is set up so that it looks for the next block it can build, so the nearest block it can build, and this whole layout can completely change. One thing I found really strange is that it first started to build the whole conveyor system. But then I thought about it, the conveyors, you can see that the conveyors are not surfaces you can build on. So the connectors are, or conveyor junctions are. So it went basically through the whole conveyor system, started to build up all the blocks around it, and then it started to build blocks up from the conveyor junctions, from build repair systems, or whatever is inside of the conveyor system. That's really interesting. You could, I'm not sure, you could force your whole build and repair system and the whole building system to then just build up blocks around this and go from there. I'm not sure. Maybe someone that wants to do art is better at figuring that out. I'm not sure, but that would be a nice way to work with it. Okay, I think I will end the episode here. Again, I'm sorry that the episodes at the moment are more explainy than buildy, because it's not possible. I cannot work on the ship as until I have turned off the projector and until it is done. Then I can start to rework the thrusters, bring in more cargo containers, work out where I want to have, quarters where I want to go in and change things up. We, for example, need to rework the complete topside, because this is a connector I had on here to fix the iteration of the Duchessa I had at one point to the ship, so that this ship could jump with the Duchessa, piggybacking basically the Duchessa piggybacking the whole ship. This was the part where the front the front spire, the candy cane antenna kind of set in, and so that all needs changing. That's stuff we can change. We need to get rid of most of the solar panels, replace them with the more powerful ones, replace the small ones here, then bring in the hangar fields, work out the docking, and weapon placement. Because one thing that the Duchessa, that the Empress not has, that I thought a bit better about with the Big Blue, is the top side is thin, so there is no conveyors up in here. The Big Blue has conveyors in the top layer, in the top layer, that I can connect weapons to, and that's stuff we need to figure out how we do that in the end. To, if we lay, for example, start to lay out conveyors on the surface of the ship, so not conveyors but maybe the tubes. Again, this ship I will completely go ham with the mods. I still need to find a good gyro mod that gives us a bit more gyro power, so that we can get rid of the amount of gyros that's in there in the ship. And it will be, in my opinion, it will be really interesting to see what we can do with this big ship if we just go for it. So people, but again, I will end the episode here. I hope that if I wait a bit more and do some more work, we can hopefully start in the next episode to modify the ship, and then we can go deeper into also the base building and all of that stuff. It just takes so long. People, thanks for watching. If you liked the episode, then please leave a like on the video. That helps me out a bunch. Take a look at the description. There's information, for example, for most of the mods that I'm using at the moment. I will soon update the collection again to integrate maybe mods like the weapons, and maybe throw out things like Oki. But that's something we need to discuss. Good people, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it, and I hope to see you in the next video. See ya, guys. I wanted to say a big thank you to my Patreons. I want to add a list here, and you can see that on screen with the patrons I have at the moment. It's not much, but maybe there will be people in the future. People, thanks for your contribution. I can yeah, I don't know what to say. It's so nice of you to sponsor me and to throw your money at me. Thanks, people. And yeah, hope this list fills a bit more in the future. Thank you again.